right, guys, it's time for tonight's Tool Time Award. And tonight, the award goes to our old pals over at the TSA. Now, America's least favorite government agency, they've done a lot of ridiculous things over the past couple of years. There was the junk touching, TSA agents patting down travelers in, well, you know, their personal areas. And the junk touching was in large part thanks to the porn scanners, full-body x-rays that revealed all, and the photos the agency was keeping when they said that they wouldn't. Now, through all of this, the agency patted down grandmothers in wheelchairs, babies and toddlers, refused to spare anybody physically incapable of carrying out terrorist attacks. But recently, the TSA reached a new low, even by their standards. Take a look.
At 18 months old, Rihanna has been called a lot of things. Cute, adorable, and now suspected terrorist. It happened Tuesday night at the airport in Fort Lauderdale. Rihanna and her parents had just boarded a JetBlue flight. They were heading home to New Jersey. They say that's when a JetBlue employee told them they had to get off the plane. Agents from the Transportation Security Agency, the TSA, needed to speak to them.
And I said, for what? And he said, well, it's not you or your husband. Your daughter was flagged as no fly. I said, excuse me?
It's bad enough that the TSA is clearly using racial profiling here, but a baby flagged for the no-fly? Really? I mean, the split second that they found out the suspect wasn't old enough to have a simple conversation, they should have let her go. But that would have betrayed the agency's reputation for unfathomable incompetence. At least they're consistent, right? Now, it's just another example of why the TSA is about as popular as a slap in the face, and why going to the airport can feel a lot like having teeth pulled. And given this latest incident, it's not all that surprising that Congress people are proposing to scale back the TSA. Senator Rand Paul's office even announced last week that they're drafting legislation to scrap the agency entirely. Now, I do feel bad for a lot of the TSA employees. Most of them aren't the idiots who strip search babies and grandmas, but how can you blame anybody for unloading on TSA agents when they take orders from paranoid control freaks, especially in this case where it seems like they must have been taking some cues from one of Congress's biggest clowns. Take a look.
They would have young women who became pregnant, would get them into the United States to have a baby. They wouldn't even have to pay anything for the baby. And then they would return back where they could be raised and coddled as future terrorists. And then one day, 20, 30 years down the road, they could be sent in to help destroy our way of life because they figured out.
That's right. Seems like somebody's been listening to Louis Gohmere's loony terror babies theory. Now, in all seriousness, though, it's pretty astonishing that the TSA actually detained an 18-month-old for questioning. So for that, the latest in a long series of cringe-inducing embarrassments, the Transportation Security Administration wins tonight's Tool Time Award.